Hey YouTube, Ed here with Jack of All Trades, and welcome to another video. So today we are heading to Beaver Lake State Park. This state park is located in south central North Dakota, not too far from the small community of Wishick, North Dakota. This state park also sports a campground. There is a campground in the state park situated on Beaver Lake. Beaver Lake is a small North Dakota prairie lake. This campground has full modern hookups if you choose to bring in a full-blown RV or camper with water, sewer, electric, all of that kind of business. They've got several sites where you can just put up a tent if that's what you're into. They've got a couple of primitive sites, which is where I'm going to be staying this weekend. I've got primitive site number 30. And then they've also got on the property a couple of cabins that you can rent if you don't have an RV and you want to stay in one of their rustic cabins. Looks to be a fairly nice campground. I believe it's pretty modern. They've got vault toilets. They've got shower house with various types of amenities around the campground, and I think they've even got a small visitor center where you can, during season, I believe you can buy firewood and things like that there, but we'll check all that out when we get to the campground. But we're heading there now. I'm about 18 minutes from the campsite. Basically, I'm going to get there about 7 o'clock, just enough time to get my campsite set up and get everything situated. And then tomorrow when we get up, we'll make some breakfast. We'll do a little tour of the campground. We'll check out what they've got. And we're just going to spend the weekend out here and see what it's all about. So stay tuned and let's go camping. Well, breakfast is done and dishes are cleaned up. We can start off on our day. Again, sleeping in the Tusca camper, which is now, I have to let you guys know, it's now Freedom Campers. When I picked this camper up, I kind of already knew that, but I was sworn to secrecy. But I can tell you now, Tusca Outdoors has been bought out by Redneck Blinds. Not bought out, but I think they're financially backed. However their arrangement is, I don't know. It doesn't matter. But Redneck Blinds is now carrying them, and they've changed the name to Freedom Campers. Now, what I do know is they're still made in Pennsylvania. They're still made by the same guys that were making them before. They've just been rebranded, if you will. But again, last night it was sleeping in the camper was phenomenal. I screwed up.
I realized last night when I crawled into the camper that I forgot my pillows and my blanket at home. Thankfully, I had my sleeping bag with. But when we get going here for the day, I'm going to jump in the truck and I'm going to drive to town, and I'm just going to pick up a whole bed set for this camper, and then I'm just going to leave it in the camper. That way, I don't ever have that problem of forgetting my bedding again. You may have noticed a couple of things that I've added to the camper since my last trip. One being this water tank right here. I needed a way to carry some water for doing dishes and if I needed to clean myself or whatever. So I got this water tank here. It's a 4-gallon water tank called, or made by a company called Waterport. They call this one the day tank, if you will. I actually didn't buy this new. I bought this on Facebook Marketplace. It was used, and the guy was selling it because the fitting on the backside here was leaking, which was nothing more than replacing some O-rings, and it's working just fine. But I really like this tank. It's got a hose, which has got a quick disconnect on it, so I can just remove it. Very, very simple. It has a pump in the cover here, so you can pump it up and give it some pressure, but it also has a Schrader valve on the backside here that you can use to hook up your air compressor. And I'm just using my DeWalt jump starter pack, which has an air compressor in it, and I can drop the poundage down on this quite a bit. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think they said that this is good up to like 30 or 35 psi worth of pressure. I set it at 28 psi, and that seems to be more than enough. But it came with a bracket, and they do when you buy them that you can remove this tank on and off if you don't want it bouncing down the road or if you want to take it off for storage. But it actually works really good. It gives me 4.5 gallons of onboard water. With the hose and the nozzle, I can set it. It's just like your typical garden hose, and it looks like you can very easily just change it. But it's got a spray and a stream, and it's got all the settings that you would expect on a garden variety garden hose nozzle. But yeah, I put that onboard water storage on there. And then one other thing that I added was another one of these storage boxes. I liked this one so much that I used to put my batteries in and other camping stuff that I bought another one that was small enough to fit in this remaining space that I had up here. It's again got a lid on it. It does not have the shock absorbing lids like the larger one does, but that's really not a big deal. And then by pure dumb luck, I found these totes with snap-on lids, and they are an absolute glove fit to this storage box. It really, I couldn't have asked for it any better. I couldn't have measured them any better. They very easily go in here and they fit absolutely perfectly. And I can store a whole lot of stuff in here. So I got 4 of those totes, and they all sit on the bottom. I still have enough room for my butane stove. I can put some bread in there. See, I've got some chips. I also bought a collapsible sink basin. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But everything fits in here very, very nicely. And boy, I couldn't ask for any better luck to get the most perfect setup I can figure for storing all this stuff. I bought this collapsible sink basin on Amazon. Pretty slick deal. You saw me use it earlier. It's got a drain in the bottom of it, but the nice thing is this surface can also double as a cutting board, and they actually advertise it like that, and they even give you a very, very cheap cutting knife so you can cut veggies up. It's got a couple or 6 little legs on the bottom. This drain, like I said, so you can actually drain it out. Now I just find it's just as easy to go and pitch the water out of the basin. But yeah, it works really, really well. Doesn't take up anything for room. Fits right inside the same storage box again. And I've just added a whole bunch of storage to my camper just by using one of these, and it was very inexpensive. I think this was right around $50. I think those totes, if I'm not mistaken, I got them for like 20 some bucks a pair. I'll put all that stuff in the in the description down below on where I got these things, but it really added quite a lot of storage. It did a really good job of cleaning up this box, which was overfilled, and I was able to put like items together that are about the same size, and the whole setup just worked really, really good. So I think what I'll do is I'll finish my coffee here, and then I think I'll get things locked up. I'm going to run to town and pick up some bedding and a couple of pillows that can just reside in the camper full time and continue on. Now this day is a little cloudy and it's actually kind of cool. It's a little overcast and it's not supposed to rain, but the temperature is about in the mid 50s, not quite 60. And I don't think it's supposed to get much warmer than that today. But yeah, it's supposed to be cloudy, overcast like this all day with 20 to 25 mile an hour winds, which up here in North Dakota is pretty much just a light breeze. But yeah, I think I'll finish up my morning ritual here and then run to town. I'm going to hit a Walmart. We're going to go ahead and pick up the bedding and bring it back, and then I'll take you on a quick drive around tour of the campground that I didn't show you last night. All right, so this takes you into the campsites. So this first spot on the left here, this is the first group site. You got a bunch of RVers that want to camp together. You can rent out this group site right there. I'll take a quick drive through that. It's kind of away from everything, but you can see they've got full electric and water, no sewer. They've got 3 picnic tables and a couple of fire pits. Very nice. Go over here and you can see they've got a little building over here. This is a bathroom, I assume shower house probably. Little amenities. So this is the road where you would actually park your campers. It's not really a road. This is where the campers would sit. Looks like they've got full electrical hookups. Picnic tables and fire pits for every one of them. I did stop and check these. They've got 30 amp connections here and 110 connections. So yeah, got full connections with electric and water. They do not have sewer, so you're going to have to honey bucket your sewage. I did not see, there's another convenience center or luxury center or whatever you want to call it. I did not see, oh, there we go. There's the dump station. That's exactly what I was wondering, if they had a dump station here, and they do. So they have a full dump station here, so you can clean out before you hit the road. Here's where you can get some firewood. I see they've got a campground host site, so the campground host is apparently right here. Very nice little campground. They've got a little play area for the kiddos. It's a nice campsite. They've got a well manicured grounds, very well taken care of. Nice big trees for some shade. It's a nice campground. They really did a nice job at this place. I'm fairly impressed. Looks like they're all pull-through campsites. Like I said, we're driving where the campers would normally be parked. The road to actually drive through is right up there. But I wanted to show you these campsites. Quite a few of them. So it looks like there was 16 different hookups around that loop. Right over here we've got you can see it's windy as hell today. We've got another vault toilet over there. There's a boat landing and a beach. Another dumpster for dumping trash. Looks like they do not have the dock in yet for the boat landing. So if there's a boat landing there's either fish in this lake or it's purely a rec lake maybe, but I'm sure there's probably fish in there. What kind of fishing, I don't know. I've actually never been on this lake before. But obviously the campsites over on this side have got good views of the lake, because we're now at campsite number 21, and it's right on the lake and you can see it. And then right over here are the cabins, just up the road a little bit. That's where we'll head to get back to my spot. Very nice little campground. Looks like there's another group site right here, another couple of sites anyway. Yeah, very nice little campground. There's a hiking trail, the Beaver Lake Trail. Looks like they've got a map there on the board, and you can call a number and get the experience story. I've never done that before, but I've seen those before where they call and they tell you the history of the area that you're hiking in. Let me go back down this hill, and we're heading back towards my camper and the 3 little cabins. Yeah, very nice little campground. And we're home. There we are.
Time of year, the bulls lose all their good sense during their rutting season and come right out in the open, afraid of nobody. And that's when hunting season opens.
Morning. It's about 6:30. Got my coffee perking, which is awesome. I got to get packed up and head back home. My daughter texted me last night. She's got a problem with her car. I need to take a look at it before she has to head back tonight. So I got to get going, but spent an absolutely great night in the camper again last night. Slept like an absolute baby. I was in bed by about 9:15, and I didn't even roll over until about 6. So really good night. Beaver Lake State Park Campground. It's actually a very nice, very charming little campground. I was very impressed. So coffee's done. Check it out. It's about an hour and 25 minutes southeast of Bismarck, North Dakota. If you come from the east side, Google Map is going to try and take you on about 15 miles worth of gravel road. You're going to want to pass that if you're coming from the east. You're going to want to go all the way to the Dawson exit off of I-94 and then head south from there. You will have gravel road or paved roads, all the way into the campsite. If you're coming from the west, Google Map will take you off on the Dawson exit and head you south. So that's the way you're going to want to go if you don't want to drive on gravel roads. Very nice campground. I would recommend it highly. It was very quiet this weekend. I was the only one in here. I had 2 cars rattle through here yesterday, but that was it. Other than the coyotes and the deer and the birds, I was the only one on this campground the whole weekend, and those 2 cars. So we're going to get packed up here and head back home so I can take a look at my daughter's car. Hope you enjoyed spending the weekend with me. I really do. I want to say thanks to all my subscribers and all the people who watch these videos. I really do appreciate it. If you're liking what I'm doing out here, let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Ring that notification bell so you get notified of upcoming videos. And like I said, hit me up in those comments and let me know if you like these kind of videos. I'll do more of them. With that, this is Ed with Jack of All Trades. As always, thank you for stopping by, and we'll see you on the next video.